and years. I think he started in like 1960 something, and I was raised by my grandparents. So really my first job was to shred items. And whenever I was shredding papers with my grandpa, and since he was an accountant, whether you're an accountant or not, we all have important documents that are just sitting around. Maybe it's insurance form claims, maybe it's medical records that we have, maybe it's pay stubs that we have laying around, maybe it's the junk mail that's trying to have you sign up for a new credit card. And what do we do now whenever we get it home? We get it, or let's say it's an insurance claim folder. What do we do now if we don't have a shredder? We go like this, right? And even me, I have my daughter, you know, I have her come and help me, and this is what we do. But unfortunately, people who want to obtain our information have gotten really smart. They don't care. They'll dig through papers and papers to put it back together. So then out there on the market in shredders, they started with the strip shredders, right? This is what my grandfather had whenever he was running his business. It was like, oh, okay. Then we realized, well, you can put all those strips together. Then they started with the crisscross. Okay, we're gonna cut it a little bit more, but there were still some people who were able to kind of put this together. Now, this is the beauty of microcut. Just demolishes it, right? It's like confetti, unrecognizable of what this was. That's the beauty from Embassy Elite in their auto shredder. The 140 sheet, that is their most powerful one. What that means is you don't have to do manual like I used to, where you just put it down here and then it shreds it. You can actually lift the back up, stack 140 sheets, and it will just go. Now you can get your coffee. Now you can get your time back. Or if you're like how my grandfather was, this is what he would do. He'd be like, well, these are the sheets that I need to shred. He'd leave them up there because it took so long. And it's not just me saying that we have to shred these important documents. It's the Federal Trade Commission saying that there are so many steps that the consumers, we can take to minimize our risk of being an identity theft victim. Consumers should closely guard their social security number and shred charge receipts, copies, credit applications, and other sensitive documents. That's why it's so important to do, because unfortunately, there are millions of people who fall victim to identity theft. But now the power is back. You're back in control of it with this Embassy shredder. So let's see it demolish, pulverize all the documents we're gonna put in there. Without further ado, we're gonna welcome in Bill Duggan. Bill, such a pleasure to be with you. Oh, and the colors, I got so excited. Red, blue, black are the colors, but no matter what color, it's gonna pulverize and demolish all that important information.
And it feels good doing it because you know you're protecting your identity. You're getting rid of the clutter. Embassy has thought of everything. This is the most powerful shredder we have from Embassy. And from top to bottom, people love it. People love that it's a slender footprint, so it doesn't take up a lot of floor space. They're all on casters. Has a nice large peekaboo window. Even these shiny finishes are because it's the Elite model, and it has a 5.5-gallon pull-out drawer. So I'll be honest, Nicole, I have a really small home office. So I don't have room for a shredder and a waste bin and a computer tower. I use this as my trash can. I shut the door when I need to shred, but more importantly, I'm shredding all the time. Because yes, this can accommodate 10 sheets in that front tray, just like normal, right? But how often, you know, we're cleaning the office, we find a stack, it's like, oh, I put off shredding. Or like your grandfather, it just starts to accumulate, right? Yeah. Totally have been there. And that just, you know, can ruin an entire weekend because it's 60, 70, 140 pages that I have to manually feed, not with this shredder. You open up the tray, I can take all 140, I can take half of the stack, I load it up, and boom, let Embassy do the work. I can now go back to sending emails, continue to declutter, or, you know, take the dog for a walk, pick up the kids. It's doing the shredding for me. But we have to realize that's the power and that's the visual. The end result is really the nice upgrade. And that's why Embassy's been so popular. Because yes, 1 in 7 of us fall victims to identity theft. And that's why the Trade Commission does tell us we need to shred all that stuff that comes into our homes. The credit card offers, the stuff we've been holding on to. Oh, I love this. Traffic ticket from one of those camera things. I've held on to it. Get rid of it. Feels good. But shredding has evolved. We are not shredding with what your grandfather had. This is 50-year-old technology, a 30-piece puzzle. Then we went to crosscut, and I'll show you this. Crosscut's even smaller, but it's able to be pieced together. Yeah. A signature, a social security number in the wrong hands. And the crazy part about identity theft, most of us don't realize it happened to us until it's too late. Yeah. Until we try to get the financial aid and the credit card payments or the new mortgage, you know, refi or new car, and we don't qualify. When you put this out at the curb, one, it's a smaller shred. I'm going to show you how small this is. It automatically turns off. This smaller shred cannot be pieced together. It is harder. It is almost foolproof to protect your identity. So it has a larger bin. I'm going to swap it out so you can actually see what microcut looks like in action with a clear bin. This is for demo purposes. But more importantly, it's just going to keep going. And the fact that it's a smaller shred, it's protected, but it's also going to fill up the bin less frequently, so I'm not always constantly emptying it. And that's where shredding has evolved. And that's where we appreciate. Actually, here's a fun one. I love your story about your granddad. Do you know 49% of all identity theft happens during tax season? And you can probably attest to this. There's, sensitive information that comes in the mail. We print it off. We dig it out of filing cabinets. And then we just throw it away. Or we have to remove the staples. I'm adding staples. I'm shredding in the front. It's automatically shredding in the back still. This is a powerful, convenient piece. And I just want to confirm, yes, free shipping still, right?
Yeah.
We don't always get to offer that.
Yep.
Recycle the cardboard. Don't recycle that identity. Take that mailing label, take that barcode, and look, it can go through thick cardboard and still shred in the back. What? It's an upgrade. It's useful. We use because, even though we might keep a clean house, we still get stuff that comes in the mail, shred that personal information. So it's protecting, but also you're decluttering, and it feels really smart and good about doing it. Because look, I'm getting my countertop back. I saw Chad Allen's house. It looked very nice, very clean. Not all of us are like that, but let me tell you, I got to stay on top of it, and this is going to help me stay on top of it.
Well, and and almost every day I'm getting that letter in the mail that's saying, oh, you can apply for this credit card. And then what I'm just doing is I'm just ripping it like this, but that's not protecting me. Even if I rip it, 2 more times, 3 more times. Sometimes I'm even lazy. Real life story, that's why I have to pick up this shredder because it's free shipping and $70 off. I'll get scissors. I literally get scissors. Think about the time that I'm wasting, but also too, I'm wasting time that's not even protecting me. Whenever I put this sheet, if I want to do it manually, it's going to pulverize it. And you see all the shreds. I mean, this is a bin over, it's 5.5 gallons, but with that microcut, you can cut even more, you can shred even more stuff with this. But I love whatever Bill was showing us is I can put the papers on the back and it's going to go. And then I can still shred in the front as well. So that's 140 pages that it will just go and go and go. Sell price will not last on this. So I want everyone to have the opportunity to get it while it's $70 off, while you're saving 10 plus bucks more on shipping because we're gonna cover it for you. And it doesn't have to be just paper. It could be the credit cards that you put. It could be the cardboard. Staples, doesn't matter. Embassy can go through that as well. So gone is the day where you have to do it by hand or where you have the traditional shredder where unfortunately it's just not enough of a safeguard for us. Use the flex pay. We have 5 flex on everything. So that means that, 5 months to pay it off, 26 bucks to get this home right now on any debit or credit card. I took the papers out so you can hear me. I mean, it is just going. The embassy's like, what, Nicole? I'm not hearing nothing you're saying. I'm just gonna keep demolishing all this important documents. But 26 bucks, that's the only thing in between you right now and getting home something that is gonna protect all that important information that if you're like me, it's just sitting in drawers. Now is the time to make sure that we are safeguarding that personal information. 26 bucks on any debit or credit card. If you have your HSN card, $21 and some change right now, a little bit of tax, and we cover the shipping for you. But if you want to save even more and get that extra flex, sign up for the HSN credit card because now when you sign up, you save $40 on this shredder, the most powerful one that Embassy has because 140 sheets, well under $100 now. Well under $100 for the latest technology when it comes to shredding and pulverizing those important documents and protecting your identity. 734-587 is the item number. As you're looking through that video, we do have it available in black for you. There's also some other great colors in blue and red, and also in silver as well, which is up here what I was using. So there's that beautiful blue, it's a little bit deeper, that red, black, and then we have it in silver for you as well. Don't forget too, this also comes with the trash bins, the trash bags that you can put in the bin. It also comes with the lubricant sheet. So, after you shred hundreds and hundreds of pages, if it starts to slow down, you put one of those sheets through to kind of grease it up and then you're golden. So you get 2 of those as well. We do have extras on hsn.com that I saw of the bags, a 24-pack and also a 24-pack of those lubricant sheets. They're about 20 bucks, but it's the final 80. So only 80 of those left if you want those lubricant shredder sheets. There's your item number 730131. And then we have the bags that also come and the 50-pack actually in the bags for 20 bucks. So an amazing time really just to kind of focus. Maybe you did file your taxes, but where are those sheets? Where are the sheets that you got all together for your tax preparer, or you did it yourself online? Are those sheets sitting around your house? Now's the time to shred them and not hold on to them. And I think it's incredible, Bill, that it can do it for us, that you just put 140 sheets. It will go automatically. You don't have to think about it. Go get your coffee, go get your lunch, pick up the kids. But then if you have something right away that you want to shred, so you can shred double time. I mean, it's incredible.
Right. And that's really where you're going to see the difference. Like, this is automatically shredding, but I was over here in the office just going through some stuff, and, you know, you get lost, and, oh, I haven't seen this in a while. Truly, I found a canceled checks from 1994. I do the math. That's like 20. Campus bookstore. Don't need that receipt anymore. The thing is, I cannot throw these away because I still have that account. My full name is on those checks. I'm disposing of it properly. I'm getting space back. I'm protecting my identity. This is doing the work for me, which is great. And I love your story about working with your granddad. One of our guests at HSN, one of his first jobs out of college was to work at a big hoity-toity law firm, not as a lawyer, but to sit in the conference room and shred all the documents that were brought to him, and that was his job. Because we used to have to feed it in, make sure it was all straight, the staples were removed. You have the power, you now have the convenience of that auto feeder, and you have the peace of mind of knowing you're getting your stuff taken care of. Because when we launched Embassy, it was 1 in 10 of us fell victims to identity theft. It's actually gone up. It's 1 in 7 now. Because you think about it, yes, we're trying to protect our identity, but how often do we get that stuff in the mail that's pre-filled out? I'm not taking scissors to it like you. I'm not even going to open it up because I don't need it. I'm just putting through that thick envelope with the return envelope and application, and it's doing the work for me. I'm staying on top of it because it is a nice color. Those colors do matter because if you go to the big box store, one, you're not going to find this deal. Actually, speaking of not finding it, we launched this in January, and it has not been back since. So we started the year off with it. Now we're starting the school year off with it. And the thing is, it also is still including those 7 lubricant sheets, which is a nice feature. I know Leslie Machado, she uses them all the time. I rarely do because it does work. But what you do is this envelope has oil in it. So instead of dripping oil and making a mess, I can just pop it in right over here, let that envelope sit halfway through in there, turn it off. Then the next time I come back, all those oils have dripped into the gears. So it keeps it well oiled. So we're going to be able to use it more often. Because the more you use your shredder, guess what? You're less likely to be that identity theft victim. And for a lot of us, it's the kids in the house and it's the seniors in the house because they don't run their credit all the time until they finally need it and it's too late. So you're going to be protecting everybody. Or, you know, a lot of us are working from home, right? Actually, Nicole, I went to my building the other day and put some stuff in the recycler and I saw postcards in the trash bin. HSN postcards. I'm like, well, there's some private information someone just threw away in the building. You don't want to be that weak link. You don't want to be that weak link by being, you know, not disposing of everything properly. You're going to take care of it because Embassy makes it easy. And realize, I'm not getting online. I'm not Wi-Fi or app. You just plug it in.
That's
you put bread in the toaster. You walk away with protection.
Yeah, perfect thing, especially if you picked up that spend power, you can easily plug it into this as well because you can get up to 10 devices. Black is very popular. Many of you are picking that up. Also, navy is my most limited. So if you want the navy, if you want to get in the ordering process, there's your item number 734587. Red, and then we also have it in silver. I don't know how long the sale price will last. That's definitely why I'll be picking it up because it's $70 off and it's free shipping, which is close to almost 18 bucks usually. So checkmate on that one, right? To make sure that your information is protected. It is just so important and you can get that control back. 734587 is the item number on this one. Thank you so much, Bill, for joining us.
My pleasure. I'm going to go back to my coffee, have a great weekend, and I'm going to let this keep shredding.
Yeah, just let it keep shredding.
Yeah.
Now I can actually walk away and shred my papers. See, look at that.